Your local news reporter Alex Rozier is live. Alex, what happened at today's court hearing?
Dan, not a lot. It was actually under 5 minutes. It was a bail hearing, and Bouquet waived his right to a bail hearing for right now he's going to remain in federal custody. The defense attorneys tell me today that it might be a couple of weeks before another update comes in this case. But also today at a press conference, several local political leaders discussed the bioterror lab where all the suspicious material gets sent, including those ricin letters we just talked about. But here's the problem with that. The funding to that lab here in Eastern Washington has been cut, which could hurt the future of the lab. And that means any potentially hazardous material will have to go to the west side of the state to a lab there for testing if it can't stay open. So if there's a letter filled with ricin, we won't know for 10 hours what kind of threat the area is facing. Whereas if the lab were open here, answers come immediately. And some representatives are concerned about how the samples will make it over to the east side, especially if bad weather hits.
Sometimes we're out here in an island in Eastern Washington. If the passes are closed, if folks are unable to touch down and land, maybe those National Guard helicopters can't touch down if we're in that situation. Maybe a state patrol officer can't drive across the mountains in, record time with the lights flashing.
So right now, local law enforcement and political leaders are tasked with the question of how they will secure that funding so the lab can stay open here in Eastern Washington. We don't have an answer for that question tonight, but we will be sure to follow that story as it develops. Also the one developing out of the federal courthouse right here in downtown Spokane, and the future of Matthew Bouquet. That story, too, still unanswered tonight. Reporting live, I'm Alex Rozier, KHQ Local News.
Thank you. News out of North Idaho tonight. A 16-year-old